But the reason why we're talking about it today is because I've now officially had experiences that I cannot explain for the life of me.
You two need to leave this room right now. Facts. All right, boys will be boys. We are back with another episode, people. What is up? It's your boy, Kaireem, and the legend himself, Jordan.
I wouldn't say a legend, but...
Well, to me, you are, bro.
Oh, appreciate it. No, we're back.
Yes.
We're on another episode. I feel like it's been a really long time since we've done another episode.
It has. It's been a little bit of a while. I won't lie. I don't know why, because it's only been like a couple of weeks or like 2
I think
weeks.
me and you have just been so busy. Like it's just ridiculous. We're literally just on a grind. Like you said, from first episode and second episode, we're just on a grind. So
Facts.
Been so busy. But,
Facts. And on the grind, I want to hear it because I know some of our viewers want to hear it. Give us the quote of the day, bro. Give us the motivational.
I don't have my phone on me.
Da!
No, hang on. Hold on 2 seconds. I have my phone. I was so prepared for this and then not prepared.
And it inspires me personally.
So if you like these, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Comment below.
So it's something like this. I've reworded it, but it's pretty much the same. So work to live life that you dream, what others dream the life they want to live.
Bro. I was feeling that today, man. I was feeling that. Nah, that quote itself made me sit down when I was on like the toilet and just like start thinking, because I was like, what if people don't want to like put the effort in? And like, what if people just go, what if? Like, you know how people want to live in the moment and spend memories going like, if they die, as long as I have the memories. I'm thinking, bro, if I put the work in, as long as I have that goal and that dream. So that quote just reminds me what could be, you know what I mean?
So if you're enjoying the quotes, let us know. And I'll hopefully I won't forget my phone next time. But today, we are on a mad episode today. We're talking about paranormal activity.
I'm excited.
All the paranormal ghosts, the spirits. Is it a load of malarkey or do you believe in it?
Ooh.
That's the question, right? Yep. And today, we got a special guest today.
Yeah, we do.
So, everyone, welcome Will to the podcast.
Much. Thank you for having me.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm good. I've been excited for this for ages. I literally cannot wait for
You've had to be quiet that whole time, not laugh at all.
I literally tried not to make I stayed away from the microphone. I didn't make a single noise.
Who is Will to you? So how do you two meet each other?
So my previous partner has a girlmate called Ellie, and Ellie is Will's girlfriend.
Okay.
Fiance,
cool.
sorry.
Yes.
Fiance.
Come on.
God.
Yo, she will.
We actually have gone through so much together mentally, and I was saying that this is Will who, from the first episode, I said that has been there for me since day dot of we met each other. We went on holiday to Zante. That was a bit of a madness.
Oh, nice.
That was an interesting holiday.
That was an interesting holiday. It was an amazing holiday. But
it was an amazing holiday. But
that was the one when you went with T.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, lit.
Oh, do you not know that?
No, I didn't know it was you, man.
Do you not know it was me this whole time?
No, not at all. All I knew
it was me.
So backlog. So I've known Will. Right, here we go. Right, let me just refresh. So I've known Will just over a year.
It was actually a couple of weeks ago. It was on the year for a dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we've known each other for a year. We've been through quite a lot mentally and physically. He's also looking my PT at the gym. Not gonna lie. Like, actually, I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but he's kind of wham.
This guy's big, man.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
This guy's big, bro.
But cut to the chase. Yeah, I've known him for a year. We've been for a lot. We went on holiday. So it was me, Will, my previous partner, and his fiance, Ellie. Had an amazing holiday. We've basically become brothers out of nowhere, and we've just clicked really well.
Yeah.
And the best thing about me and Will's conversations and connection is the idea of when we first met, he's very nervous with meeting new people as he is, and I've always been the case with my previous partner. I was like, none of your friends give a shit about me, right? So I'm not even going to be like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm going to ask him a question. I was like, nah. For once, I'm going to let him talk to me.
Okay, all right.
And basically, we just slowly kind of like merged into like a small conversation that way. And literally everything he loves, I was like, yeah, I love that too. He's like, oh, you into cars? Yeah. Do you like Marvel? Yeah. And just topic after topic, we
literally clicked on every single thing we spoke about. And it was like probably the best example to show is probably what we done the other day. After going, what were we doing that day? It was like, because we met up and basically just went we went to the gym, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went to the gym.
Nice.
And on the way home, we were talking about something or other. And
we were going go-karting.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you came back with me.
Yeah.
And then we was having literally this conversation in the car, being like, oh, and then funny about the connection and all that. And then I mocked the conversation of you asking me, do I like Marvel? And we both said at the same time, what?
You like Marvel?
You like Marvel? Of course I do.
Do I like Marvel? Something like that. We both said it at the exact same time.
Literally, it was so weird.
We just both spent the next like 5 minutes.
It was a simulation. Okay. We were meant to be.
It was meant to be.
Ellie, watch out. Okay.
Mad.
But yeah, today's episode is Paranormal Activity. We can go on about the gym, and next week we are talking about an episode for the gym, and we're going to go crazy. And we also got another special guest on top of Will.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro, that's why we need a wham guy here just to tell you how to do it.
How to do it. So yeah, stay tuned for next week.
Yeah, facts.
It's going to be a mad episode. It's probably going to be split into 2 parts, but we'll see what happens. But we have got Will involved today for Paranormal Activity because he has got some stories to tell us.
Yeah. However, before we get into the stories, I do want to ask what got you into it. So the whole concept of Paranormal Activity, you can obviously ask Jordan as well, because this is going to involve both of you. My concept, I say my concept, I'm the main viewer. I just want to know what got you into it. Like, where did it start from?
So it was, I think, from where all the because it first started with just watching like paranormal programs on like YouTube or just on the TV. Mum and Dad, I know you're watching this, so you'll like this. So me, my mum and dad, when I was living at home when I was younger, used to camp out in the living room. So obviously had your bedrooms upstairs. I used to go upstairs, grab my blankets, and we had a settee in our living room that went into a bed sofa. So they used to sleep on that. I used to sleep on the normal sofa. And we used to just have camp outs, random nights, and we used to watch Most Haunted on the TV. It's just basically a group of investigators go to haunt. Basically what me and Jordan done, but to a much more professional level.
We didn't do that. We were like petty on that. We did nothing.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
Don't spoil so much. We'll get to it. Yeah.
And we literally used to camp out in the living room and just watch endless episodes of Most Haunted. Back then, I didn't really believe in that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
More so because I didn't really know about it. It was just a bunch of people like walking around an old building. You'd hear enough, be like, oh, how's that?
Oh, that's Suzu's on, is it?
Is those people with the night vision?
I sense Susanna. That's who she is. That's literally all it was. And
is that one of those like people with the like night vision?
Yeah. Walking around and it was literally endless nights of doing that. And then I think as I got older and I started to understand it more, it kind of clicked in my head. Like, I'm actually quite interested in this. No one really knows what happens when you go to the after. Do you go? Is there an afterlife? Do you you know, pun the grammar, go to the dirt and leave it at that? Is there that? Do you pass on? Do you go to heaven? Do you go to hell? You never know. So I think that's always been something that's interested me. And then just the thrill of potentially getting your own sort of evidence in terms of the paranormal.
Mad. Yeah. So as I know you're also into it, what did you?
Mine's like a weird way of into it.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, does you two correlate together with what made you kind of like get into it, where it started from?
So
similar stories?
I was that wimp that used to watch like The Conjuring on mute.
Okay, yeah, bro. I would do that now, so don't worry.
So I used to watch it so I can know, like, for me visually, I'm really imaginative. So like one of my fears like back in year 5 was, believe it or not, like Thriller by Michael Jackson. So I was terrified of like zombies. So the idea of me watching paranormal of like actual people recording them, mate, I was shitting myself. Like, even though I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, but, facts, bro.
So I used to watch movies and mute, so then I knew what would happen in the scene. So then when the next time I watched it, say like 6 months or a year down the line, I can remember what it was, and then I could put the audio. Now I'm calm with it. 27, big boy. But
that's wild.
But yeah, I used to watch that, and then I was more. I'm very much like an analytic person, and I think thinking about it now, like being a filmmaker, I'm very much like I like to critique a lot of things. So the idea of my brain's always like, is that real? Is it not? And then I used to hear like, oh, they like knock on the door, like knock on the wall, and be like, oh, is that you? Blah 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 blah. And I was like, nah, I don't believe it. But the reason why we're talking about it today is because I've now officially had experiences that I cannot explain for the life of me. And I shit you not.
You two need to leave this room right now. Facts. Bro, you're telling me now it's real. It's
done. But yeah, I've never been. I'm kind of like on the borderline of the whole religious side of things with like Christianity. So I'm agnostic. So I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
So I'm the same for paranormal. Like, there's got to be a reason to it. Because there's like mediums, there's like spiritual readers, there's like psychics and all that. So there's got to be a point in the whole system of it working that like there's got to be some truth behind it. But then it's easy fabricated to just tell a lie about it. And
Facts.
Just not be truthful about it.
What about you? So yourself, Will, are you now, from the experience you've gone through, which we will get into, are you like a believer or?
I mean, I'm definitely like a full believer of paranormal. More so, I don't know whether to say that I'm a believer because of what I've experienced personally. Okay. But I'm definitely a believer in paranormal. I think just because of how much I've watched it and looked into it, I'm a firm. I think
you're more of a believer because you've got a personal connection to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where it stems from.
Oh.
I don't think it's the case of like you just woke up one morning and you've just seen a figure like at the end of like a hotel room or something.
No.
Like a typical I've gone to a hotel up north somewhere or on holiday and I've seen like scratches on a wall that weren't there yesterday. Everything to do with Will's stories are all personal related. That's why he's got the belief.
My belief has come from some personal, but mainly just how much I've looked into it and how much I've watched as a kid and stuff.
So this is a little question, probably for both of you. Is paranormal activity and like ghosts, are they the same thing or are they two separate things?
I'd say they're the same. Paranormal activity comes from or is formed around the idea of ghosts, but you can also get different types of paranormal activity.
Okay.
So you can get like, I'm going into proper detail here, poltergeist activity, which is basically where something is like a little, so say your phone, say this room's haunted, your phone's on the side of the table, your phone just lifts up and flies over there. You didn't do it, John didn't do it, I didn't do it. That's poltergeist activity because an entity or a ghost of some sort has lifted that phone up and
it's used its energy as such to levitate it and then move it. On its own accord.
So then, what's the other types, or is it just when you actually physically see one? Is that a separate? Is that sort of? Is that called something else?
I don't know whether it's called a particular name.
I don't know.
There's probably viewers watching this like getting really angry because they know it and I don't.
We're not experts, people.
Yeah.
We're not experts.
We were going to get a medium, but we're not going to that.
Yeah, that's never happening on this. I'm so sorry, bro.
The reason why we don't have a medium is because Kaireem does not want that idea to be in this room. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like there is a peak of it being like as if we had like a Ouija board on the table. Like, there's an element about it. I feel like for our sake, if a medium was to come into this room, they might draw energy into here. That isn't pleasant for what we're trying to give off. So the idea of getting a Ouija board in, you're inviting something or someone into an environment that you don't want them to be in. So I'm thinking, even though you're probably going to crap yourself if a medium did come in.
100%.
But I think the overall view is, and think about it now, for me, I think it's probably not wise mentally to bring one in just in case.
It's not just that. I have this weird aspect of it because I don't believe in it. I'm
feel like this is cap. This is a load of crap.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's so. I can't say it's full cap.
Right.
I would just have to be like it's partial.
Yeah.
So from my experience of what I've seen, I can't believe it's a real thing. So for my life, I can't see it being a real thing.
Yeah.
However, if someone's seen it and they're like, bro, genuinely, this is real. I'm like, well, keep that over there because if that's real,
you keep that to the outside.
To me.
I don't want any involvement.
I don't want that.
From me.
So
get away.
What I'm worried about is the fact if we did bring someone, if that thing lingers around me or something lingers around me and that stays with me, that's what I'm worried about.
So that's the thing of if you were to bring in, say, a medium or someone and it's got some sort of attachment, whether it's part of like the household you live in or whether it's someone personal to you that's been recently passed away, it can be the case of that regardless of who that person is, it can just stay with you regardless. So there's stories out there where like someone has moved into like a house that's like X years old, like 100 plus years old or whatever. Someone's passed in that house and because they've then experienced paranormal activity and they've dealt with it in the wrong manner as such, that owner of the house is then moved. And instead of the paranormal activity, present subject or events happening in that house, because there's been such like a connection between the new owner and the previous person, that spirit has actually followed that individual. It's happened.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, we're not bringing someone.
So we're not bringing anyone in. More story is no professionals coming in here.
On top of that, my religious aspect of the family being like Islamic, bro, it's crazy. And if that is a thing, we call what we would call stuff like that, which is devilish. We would classify it as shaitan, and that's the same way as you being like just I guess in Christianity, just be saying that's the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we'll be like, and it'll be like you got juju on you, and we'll have to bring like a.
You bring the voodoo man in.
We'd have to bring I can't believe I don't know the word. Damn it! I'm blank.
He's on the spot now, everyone.
I can't believe I don't know. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but Iman.
Is that Thomas the Tank Engine? Sorry. That was the Thomas the Tank Engine theme, wasn't it?
That's the countdown.
Oh, was it? It's not like Thomas the Tank Engine.
That's do.
Oh, it's not like a do.
Anyway, crack on.
Sidetrack completely.
That's calm.
No, we're used to that. We're used to that, especially from second episode.
Oh, that's calm, man. What is it? You bring a priest, we'll have to bring an imam and then like do like some stuff like to get the thing out of me.
An imam, did you say?
Yeah, like you know how you have a priest in churches or like a pastor, in a church.
Pastor, yeah.
We would have a imam. That's the same thing. So you have a mosque, and the person who's obviously in the mosque that's like running it would be imam.
Iman. How do you spell that?
I believe it's spelled like Amen. I believe it's spelled like Amen, but it's called Iman. I don't think I'm doing it justice because what happens is when we're going a bit of a sidetrack, sorry. When you pronounce stuff in like certain cultures, because I've got an English dialect, I won't ever pronounce it to the T.
Right.
When like cultures pronounce stuff.
Gotcha.
Like I can't speak my language and say certain words because the actual dialect uses the back of your mouth. You roll your tongue a lot, and my range of like the mouth, my vocabulary can't do that.
Is that why you stick to rapping and stuff?
Oh my god!
Sorry, my mind is blank and I'm just on the savage mood today.
But yeah, I'm just worried I bring it back.
Okay.
But that's why I'm like nah. But we can get into it now.
So this is interesting, actually. Carrying on from what you're saying, so you're complete like disbelief. Is it sidetrack? Is it because nothing's ever happened to you that you know that is paranormal? So you never had the experience of be like, right, I actually believe to a degree.
So for me, yes and no. So the reason why I'm saying that is because it's more like 80% no and 20% yes.
Right.
So the reason why I'm saying that is probably more 50-50, but either way. If you're Islamic and you're religious, like a full time, and you classify yourself as a Muslim,
right?
You believe in God, and obviously you believe the history of obviously what's happened from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. That like anything from that part onwards, and a Quran, and if you learn it, you believe in God. Right. To believe in God, you believe in good and bad. So to believe in God, you have to believe in the devil. So that'll be you believe in heaven and hell. So if heaven and hell exist and that concept's real, the whole concept of like what happens after when you die, people probably believe you go to heaven. But if there's like a paranormal thing, it has to line up somehow. So I believe if you're more religious to that aspect, you can't deny it, or you can't be like, that doesn't exist because I'm religious. Those things don't exist in religion.
So would you say that you're more of like on the skeptic side of things?
Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah. When you put it like that, I won't.
So whatever you like see or feel, you kind of try and debunk it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I feel.
I must get so annoying, like just trying to like debunk it and not know what actually happened.
Because I've tried to do that and I can't. But I think that's because I'm more of a believer on it. Like,
I've done things with like little cans. I'm like, no, it's not budging. Like, what's going on? Like, how is that just randomly moved?
Yeah. It's the creepy ones when you like put water on like a table.
Yeah.
And, like, after when you clean not water, sorry, like a cup on a wet table or wet surface, and then you just see it slowly like.
Oh yeah, so like the air. So like I think you put water on a table, put the glass on top, and then I think the air inside the glass, it is kind of trying to push itself up through the water, so it's moving the glass.
Yeah. Mad. Crazy.
Mad. Right, so moving on from that craziness, and we had to cut a little bit. We thought we had a bit of a madness with the mixer and just stopped recording.
Yeah, clip it in.
We'll clip it in. It should be the intro to this episode. But basically, our mixer stopped recording after like 8 minutes of this footage, and we generally thought what we were talking about, like the recording just stopped on its own.
So I believe if you're more religious to that aspect, you can't deny it, or you can't be like, that doesn't exist because I'm religious. Those things don't exist in religion. Well, they would have to, because that would be the afterlife. Wouldn't that be death? Wouldn't that be like your heaven and hell?
So if something was to happen as well.
Did you stop the recording?
Yeah, I got 30 minutes, mate.
Okay, I didn't
On
really
there?
stopped it.
Did you tap it on that?
I didn't tap it on the mixer.
I didn't tap it.
I thought that's been green for a while. That should be red, shouldn't it?
It was red. That's been red.
So you tapped it when you walked off?
No, I haven't touched that mixer.
I haven't touched it.
Don't be telling me this when we're on
On my life, bro. On my life, I
Okay.
tapped it and it was recording. I've been keeping it on it this whole time.
Can we just say something there as well? It's very coincidental.
That's what I'm saying.
About paranormal stuff.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm freaking out now, man. The fuck?
Don't stop the recording.
I have to hold it down.
It's not
You didn't think the memory's full, do you, on this memory stick, do you?
0 hours.
0 hours.
Oh, that might be it.
Oh, that's probably why. It's probably full.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Oh my.
But basically, our mixer stopped recording after like 8 minutes of this footage, and we generally thought what we were talking about, like the recording just stopped on its own. So
Yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, Jordan, you touched it. I was like, I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
You can see from Kaireem's camera that I did not touch it. So
The coincidence of talking about paranormal
yeah,
And then
yeah.
that just
and then
stops.
recording stops.
I'll have like a little beeper like in the edit, so that'll make more sense.
Right.
But anyway, as that delayed us a little bit, we will now go into the stories. So we'll give you 2 stories. So first one will be Will's experience, or knowledge, I would say, from the family side of things.
Yeah.
So Will, let us know what your experience has been.
So there's one experience that I've had again in my nan's place, again with the grandfather. In the bedroom that he used to stay in, again, words from my nan, there's a lamp on the bedside table, a touch one. So you touch it like once, dim, once again, it gets bright every time you touch it, and I think it's like 3 levels. When I go down and stay down there, I always sleep in that bedroom. And whenever I come out in the morning, I make sure I shut the door, because she's got a little dog, and he just goes in there and waltzes around, makes a mess. So I shut the door, and make sure he stays out there. There's one time where I went back into that room, and that light was on. I didn't touch it, because I never really have it on. If I have the light on, I turn the main one on.
Yeah.
So you
I
say it was
walk
like
in-
a touch sensitive one?
Yeah,
you say?
so you literally tap it and it comes on.
Touch sensitive.
Yeah, so it's not
For
like
some
a
reason-
switch.
Not like a little old clicky one.
Nah.
Like,
Yeah,
like-
do you know how stereotypical I am? That's what I thought. I thought, yeah,
That's
old.
normal,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
No,
the
this
time,
one is
mate.
literally like a tap one.
Alright.
And I walked back into that bedroom, I think in the night time, and it was on. I was like, what the hell was that on? I didn't turn it on. I wouldn't have left it on all day because I've already used that light. So I tap it and it doesn't turn back off. I think it's on like the second brightness level. So you tap it once again, it goes brighter. You tap it again, it goes off.
Yeah.
So it's on the second level, and I'm trying to tap it. I'm doing that, and it's
And it
not.
just staying the same brightness?
Yeah, it didn't budge.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hell?
That's not the creepy part. I don't even think I've told my parents this.
Oh,
my
right.
dad is probably watching this going.
This is an
"Nah, Daddy."
exclusive right
Yeah,
now.
he's probably guessed that's a load of.
Yeah.
But,
That's cap.
oh yeah, that's
That's American.
cap.
That's cat.
But I'm tapping it and nothing's happening. Normally, you can give it a little tiny tap and it'll turn off.
Yeah.
It wasn't doing nothing. So I go to unplug it. It's not plugged in.
Shut up.
It's not plugged in.
Look how uncomfortable you made him. As soon as you said, I'm bloody, you just like. Man got real reserved.
I'm gone.
But
Just
yeah.
like this, I'm gone.
And I remember it fully as well, because it's not plugged directly into the wall. It's in like a little extension box thing. So it's only one actual socket, but then you plug this box in. It's got sockets on all around it, so you can plug more stuff in it. And it was plugged into that.
Yeah.
It was plugged into the box, but the box wasn't plugged into the main socket.
Yeah,
so there's no power
gone.
going to it at all.
So it just had power without being giving a source of power to spark.
It was on.
I would leave the room,
and I
would-
literally, I couldn't turn it off. What I had to do is plug it back in, turn it on myself, turn it back off, unplug it, and then it was off.
Yeah.
But that
It
was
done.
on when it wasn't even in the wall.
And you've been back there since?
Yeah, I've got about. I stay there all the time.
He'll be asking for a rave next. Like
But I told my nan, but she's like a bit hard of hearing, so she probably didn't understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I couldn't get over it. And it was literally, I remember it as well, because it was I think I was staying there for the week.
Oh man.
And this was later on in the week that this happened. And in the beginning of that week,
Yeah.
my nan gave me this cross,
Yeah.
which was his.
Oh, your granddad.
This is my granddad's cross.
Yeah.
Right.
So as I hadn't had any experiences
so
before.
it's
that.
officially his, and
This
then
is his.
it's been passed on
It's
to
been
you.
passed on to me, and I wear it every day.
For some reason, I don't know if we said it, whether it was in the recording or whether I missed it, about you staying that was your granddad's room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if we already said that beforehand.
No, we didn't.
No.
So
before I ran away and stuff like that.
You should have seen it. It was hilarious.
Oh man!
Unfortunately, the cameras did cut, but
it was.
If you believe us, like you're believing everything now, then you'll believe that he ran for hills. But yeah, so
mad.
That's a mad experience.
Yeah, I think back then I wasn't as much of a believer in the paranormal, but now I look back at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
So this was not as current as it is.
This was. I want to say I'm 22 now. I reckon I was maybe 15, 16.
So when that happened, were you like, what was your instant reaction?
It was more of a confused than scared.
Okay.
So I was just like, I didn't leave the light on. I would have never left the light. Normally I do leave it unplugged.
Yeah.
Because I used to sleep with the fan on the side, so I plugged the fan in instead and take that out in the morning. But I was just walked in and I was like, that shouldn't be on.
It's more one of those things like you said, you tap it and it stays the same level. So it's well, clearly the light's just having a bit of a malfunction.
That's what I thought.
But the fact that it's unplugged from the wall.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
But then this is what we were talking about earlier. Some paranormal entities give off their own energy. So if you're not putting kind of two and two together, it's the idea that a paranormal entity is giving off its energy, or how we would be our adrenaline and such. In layman terms, in a sense, but a paranormal entity is giving off its own energy, and it can form the idea of making a light turn on.
Yeah, Matt.
It's kind of like those. What were you looking at getting for our little investigation? An EMF reader. So
I've heard about
electromagnetic field.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So ghosts ghosts will use that. They'll use their energy, and that's what makes the light spike.
Yeah.
So they're using that energy to give more power to that machine, which is making it spike up. So you can tell when it's spirit.
Maybe the fuse was going in the bulb, and your granddad was like, "Have some light."
Bring some light into this room.
The coil was broken. Have light.
Because with the curtain shut, it's a dark ass room. So you might be trying to light up the place.
That's wild. Do you have a solo story? Because whether you do know, don't know people, them two, Will and Jordan, have gone on a little adventure, which we're going to explain in a minute.
You're probably going to say it's cat because we didn't document it, but it was really weird.
It was.
It's really
yeah.
So
your solo one.
My experience, so I had two within the space of 20 minutes.
What,
same location.
20 minutes today?
No, what happened?
Bro, because I'm telling you right now, someone's leaving the room, bro.
So my two experiences I've had when I was doing a client shoot, I was doing a practice shoot because I do filming on the side on the weekends. And I was doing a practice shoot down in Bridgewater, and it was a place called The Palace. And my partner at the time has got a historical family tree of having paranormal instincts. So my partner at the time would be able to tell if entities were around the area.
Wild.
So obviously when she was explaining it to me, and I was like, I'm not going to say you're talking a load of malarkey. If that's what you believe, I respect it and whatever. Yeah. So long story short, we go to this this club, which used to be a theatre back in 1700, all this and the other. It's mad though, isn't it?
This is nuts.
So being the filmmaker, I've got my gimbal. So it's a rig, they call it. So it's like a square rig, and then it's got a gimbal.
Yeah.
And then you basically got a little pedestal for your camera, as such, layman terms. Yeah. And you put your camera on there, and because of how my stands were slightly broken, the gimbal was slightly tilted a little bit. So I've got the pivot in the middle, just stationary there. It stays there for a solid 10 minutes while I'm sorting out my camera and this and the other. And my previous partner at the time just looks to her left. I forgot to mention this as well. When I talk about this, my eyes get really watery.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should have said that.
Because you're like, oh hell no, innit? Yeah.
So
but you're scared about it, no?
So it's not a scared thing.
It's not fair.
When someone gets goosebumps, instead of me getting goosebumps, I've searched it up on Reddit and stuff. Yeah. There's no term for it. But if you talk about paranormal experiences or horror stories, your eyes get so watery for no reason. But I'm not upset. I'm not scared.
Wait, isn't that the same thing? Because I listen to particular songs and they're so good. I'm like, oh my God. My eyes
I don't have any emotional attachment to it.
No, exactly. Okay. There's a particular song I recently listened to. This is obviously off topic, but it's to expand on Eye Water. Yeah. There's a band called Spirit Box. I listened to a song called Circle With Me. They just did that song so well. I started to water up, and I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever heard."
But Spirit Box is kind of just giving you the answer of why you're probably getting upset.
Because that's quite ironic.
We ain't doing this, bro.
That's very ironic.
How ironic.
Bro,
Yeah, Spirit Box. They're talking to you through the song.
We're not doing this, bro. But carry on, man. I don't believe in it, bro.
So as I was saying, this the pedestal bit on the gimbal was still for 10 minutes, and my previous partner looks to me to the side. And obviously, like the back end of it is like really old, like Victorian wallpaper, like old, like stairs and all this and the other. She just looks to her side, and I kind of clock, like I clock in my peripheral vision that she looks to the side. I'm like, "You all right?" And she was like, "Yeah, just something's curious. What you doing?" I'm like, "Eh? What do you mean something's?" She's like, it's just there." And I was like, "What is it? Like a male or female?" "It's a male." And the fact that she was like on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How?
And she was like, "It's a male," and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it. Just like, yeah,
sure.
Mine's gonna get really watery saying this. But yeah, so I said, okay. So obviously, me being respectful for what she's saying, and for obviously my duty being in the building.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm just like, oh well, hope he likes what I'm seeing, and enjoys me setting up the camera. And it was literally like about 2 minutes later that her head just kind of like slowly tilts as if it's coming towards us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's just intrigued by all your camera gear." I'm like, "How close is it?" It's like, it's basically next to me. And I shit you not, there's no one there. It's
How can she physically see it?
She's got a very strong sense. So if you were by the corridor and you knew Will was here, and you could hear vaguely like the floor kind of being off balance behind you. You don't know if he's behind you, but you can get a general presence that someone's behind you.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's her. It's like that on her end.
How can you tell what gender is then?
I don't know. That's just her talent.
I think that's what it. I think there's like I don't know.
She's like a low key medium, but she's not. She doesn't have a profession. It's like I said, it's from like her family in heritage.
Yeah.
She's gained this kind of like this talent as such.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really go on about it because, like, obviously, like yourself, people are just like, mate, like you just chat.
Waffle.
Yeah.
Pancakes. That's an inside joke.
Yeah, I'm not.
So more of the story is that as this entity or spirit was getting close to me, this pedestal on my gimbal has stayed there the whole time, and all of a sudden, as soon as Zoe looks at me, I shit you not, this thing just starts swinging. For no reason. And I literally looked down, like, you didn't just knock that with your knee, did you? She's like, I haven't been near at all. And then the reason why I say I had the two experiences within 20 minutes is on the way up to the area, there was stairs and there was a fuse box that was completely not in use, completely dead. But people were saying, oh, it's just static coming off there. I shit you not, I walked through a wall of static. And this idea of, it's the saying, and say if it's correct or not, but if you walk through a spirit, they are static represented in the real life.
That's why they say, like, if you're walking through like an entity of some sort, your hairs stand up on edge.
Because you're walking through a presence. And I'm not kidding you. And even to debunk it myself, this fuse box was not powered on. It looked like it was something from like 1997. And I walked through it. Both sides of my body were completely in goosebumps. I walked through it. I just said to my partner at the time, I said, just walk through normally. And she was, and I was like, did you feel that? She was like, yeah, it's static. We just walked through someone. And I was like, so then
put it into perspective, I think it's kind of like if I was to stand right next to you, you would feel the heat come off my body. I think that's to put it in perspective of how
so then I was like, this has got to be like, this has got to be weird. So she walked through it and I'm like, just so I could debunk it and prove that I'm just not imagining things. I walked through it again. It's still there. And I stand in it, and it's almost like someone's got like a load of balloons that gets you like the static on your hair and your hair. And I literally am just standing in this ball. And then she's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm just realizing I'm just in a ball of static. And I'm not kidding you. I literally it was almost like I walked through like a portal. It was weird.
This is, man. I don't know what to say, bro. But, you know when you have to like see it to believe it? It's like that. It's like that. I'm like, bro, I need to see it to believe it, bro. Nah, man.
So to finally conclude, like the story of paranormal, because obviously we've been delayed by the unexpected belief that we have something in this room right now.
Bro, the timing.
It turns out that the memory stick's just full.
The timing.
So me and Will went on a expedition. he went out of his way. I'm still annoyed for him for doing this.
Oh, what? There's another one.
So he went, yeah. So
okay,
I was visiting an abandoned mental asylum, which is currently in Somerset.
Yeah.
Still sort of constructed.
Yeah,
the top level's a bit abolished. So we've
a few holes in the roof.
So we did a gym session, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I found somewhere. Should we go to it?" I looked at the time, and it's like 10:15 at night. I'm like, "Mate, are you trying to write like a death note or something?" So we go to this place. We go to this place.
Why are you laughing, bro? No one. This ain't funny. This ain't funny,
bro. Will, this is not funny, all right?
10:15 night. You want to go? Yeah.
That's not the worst part.
It's 10:15 at night. It's pitch black. It's raining.
This is not the point of what I'm trying to say. Is that this abandoned mental asylum is outside, called the Forbidden Forest of the area. I can't think what the actual term is. But so you've got this residential area.
Yeah.
And you've got a massive road that's basically like near enough like with all the new building estates.
Okay.
And this building is just in the random middle of nowhere on the opposite side of the property estate. What? Right, but between the estate and the property is just a completely empty forest, isn't it?
Oh, weird.
And it's just it's really odd if you look on Google Maps.
Yeah, it sounds odd.
It adds to the creepy factor.
But it actually, because there's times when like you can see different coloured trees. I shit you not, it looks like figures like looking at you. Oh, and this is 10:30 at night. And this guy gets out of my car and decides to see where the entrance is to walk in. I'm like, mate, it's 10:30 at night. Are you mad?
Mate.
I said, if you're screaming, I'm not coming in.
Yeah, facts. Bro, if that was me, literally like, gone.
Jordan, I forgot to say something. Jordan? He's fucking gone.
Jordan, where have you gone? I'm back home, mate.
Back home, mate. I need to get home. Make your own bloody way home.
So it's like, so continuing
on. It's like you see black people do this, bro.
Yeah, they always die first, don't they?
Yeah. Facts.
So Will tried to look for an entrance, and obviously with it being completely bitch back, I was using like a little torch on my phone, and he found a car torch that I had that was pretty bright. So I said, right, let's just be morally sensible about this. I will happily agree with you to explore this properly. Please make it be in the day.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, next week at 2:00 in the afternoon, we explored this building, and I'm not kidding you. We had experiences in the first 10 minutes of being there.
Oh, it was nuts.
There wasn't a lot, but it wasn't a lot. But it was definitely the case of like something happened, and we both looked at each other and went, "You heard that, right?"
Yeah.
And we was like, "Yeah." So we walked in, had a little walk around, and then it turns out that the very back of it is like a really like overgrown garden, essentially.
Okay. It's basically like a little mini forest, so overgrown in the back.
First part was we heard a whistle in the garden, and then 2 minutes later we then clocked there was a dog walking past around the back.
See, debunky.
We debunked it.
Big like thinking Red Ryan debunked.
It was secretly Tony at the back. Yeah, just heard like around the back, and then he's like, "Here, boy," and we was like, "Okay, it's a dog.
It's a golden dog."
Thanks
God for that.
But obviously, we don't know if we like. Obviously, at the end of the day, we didn't have like a permit to be there. So me and him were just still until we hear like everyone's gone. Essentially,
Well, we saw him at the back because we saw him walk across. So
yeah.
As soon as he walked past, we're like, right, we're killed.
Is that like security or just a random?
Just a random.
It's like it's got like a big field, so I think they just walk their dogs in there.
So there are 3 rooms, I believe, that where they are on the windows, they're all like panelled up. So it's purely darkness. So he had a phone call from his fiance to have a general conversation about the day. So I thought, you know what, screw it. I'm going to stand in this black room and I'm going to close my eyes and see what. I don't know. Don't look at me like that.
Why close your eyes?
Because I wanted to get the vibe for it.
There is actually some science behind that. Apparently, if you're like in a pitch black room and you close your eyes and it's silent, it heightens all your senses.
It heightens your senses, and also if you do it in a right way, you allow anything to be there to draw energy from you.
Why? But why?
You experience it.
Bro, I'm telling you, black people don't do this, bro. This is why now.
Have you not heard, Kaireem? You're next. You'll come with us next time.
No.
So Kaireem,
It's scheduled for next week.
You would have to strap me in those, what is it? What is this, asylum kind of thing?
A straight jacket.
Straight jacket, bro. And just chop me in. Yeah, because I would never.
Could be in the boot to go,
So as much as we want to, whether you want to believe this or not, so I close my eyes. He's having a phone call about like 20 yards away from me.
Yeah.
And for some reason, in my mind, straight away, I'm getting like almost like a time lapse of what the building was like working like.
Wow.
I've never seen videos of time lapse of like mental health side, and for some reason, I was getting a load of pictures in my head. Like while my eyes are closed, I was slightly leaning to the left, and my whole left side was just goosebumps. My right side was fine. Just the whole left side was dead. I opened my eyes. I was really, really disorientated. Really disorientated. He then finished his conversation on the phone. I was like, I feel like really dizzy. And he was like, you're right. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then we walk more towards the entrance bit, and we find like, is it like the boiler room?
Yeah.
So we find
two massive like boilers.
Find the boiler room. We go upstairs. It's like all the walls like demolished basically. So we got to be careful of like no one like checking in on us. Otherwise we don't want like police being called and stuff like that. That stuff. Yeah. So we go downstairs and we just say, you know what? We're part of this paranormal experience. Let's see if we call out, see if anything else. So like, if anyone's here, please make yourself known. So then obviously we then don't hear anything for 20, 30 seconds. Yeah. And we're like, oh, you hear anything? And I shit you not, we heard 2 knocks upstairs.
It was because we heard knocks twice, didn't we? Because we heard the knocks randomly, and then we got a bit too big for our boots, didn't we? We got very scared afterwards. We thought, let's see if it finishes our like knocking pattern.
So we did like hoping to then get
Yeah.
So we didn't get any. So we didn't get anything. But so we had a normal. But we called it out for the first time, and we didn't hear anything for 20 seconds. And then we kind of like murmured to each other, and all we heard was upstairs.
And it was like literally on the floor above us as well.
Literally like a door. Literally just went.
Oh, bro!
And there's no one there.
We literally
just looked at each other like,
what was that?
But you know what's even madder? He heard voices I didn't hear.
Yeah.
Oh,
I heard
we were
whispers.
literally like me and you.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, did you hear that? I went, I didn't hear anything. He was like, mate, I just heard like a hum.
Yeah, and bear in mind, whenever we're listening out for stuff, we are not moving a muscle.
Oh,
we're stood completely still. And I heard whispers, and you saw something.
So I thought I saw something peek out of like a doorway. But it turns out we walked to the doorway. There's nothing at that level to peek around. So there was like obviously like hanging cables and like plugs and everything. But where I thought I saw like almost like from my camera, say like the doorway's like here.
Yeah.
I thought I saw like that.
Yeah.
But nothing when we went to the door, there was nothing that level that even like if wind caught it, there was nothing to like come out of the frame.
Yeah.
The door frame. Yeah. So whether I just saw it from the glimpse of my eye, I don't know.
Bro.
But it was weird. So
yeah. And we're yet to go back at night time.
No, what?
we're recording it this time, and we're buying EMP.
Why? Nighttime. If you die,
EMF, sorry, EMP is like war stuff.
Yeah. People, man. If he's not here, if he's not here, listen. I'm not coming to save you. I'm so sorry. And this podcast might not be a thing anymore. But rest in peace. Just be okay, man. Both of you actually be okay. Because that's wild, man.
We're looking at getting like a few places in, aren't we? This is the only one that we found so far that is like quite easy to get in. It's not loads of security.
But we all, sorry to cut you off, but we are running out of time on this episode.
No, bro. That's what I was about to
wrap it up.
Bro, don't worry, man. I'm on it, big man.
You get it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was gonna literally just kind of finish it on with what you're gonna say. How you said you got more places. What's the next steps?
Yeah.
So when you got more stuff and when you got more things you want to get into, we'll do a part 2, people.
Part 2.
Unfortunately, due to some
technical
that's what I was gonna say.
Issues.
On spot, bro. I thought it.
Paranormal technical issues
came out his mouth. Because of technical issues, we'll do a part 2 to all of this. But Will, it was lovely to have you.
Thank you very much.
Amazing to have you, mate.
Can't wait.
Enjoyed this. I love this.
Can't wait for a part 2 to get into like other stories. And obviously hearing your experience.
Hopefully the part 2 will actually have like more locations and stuff like that. But we're definitely going to carry on with this episode. And we've talked a lot, and then we've had the technical issue on top. So
that's
been a bit long.
We'll wrap it up, people. But we're out. Get ready for part 2 on the Paranormal Activity. Yeah.
Cool. But yeah.
Peace.
Catch you later.
I'm busy.